What's going on, guys? Crypto Renegade here again with another video for you, and in today's video I am going to be looking at what I believe are the top 5 undervalued DeFi coins going into 2021. Now, in this particular video, I'm going to cover just briefly some of the protocols and some of the tokens that I personally have invested in myself. Do your own research, but these are the ones that have a lot of potential in my opinion because they built a lot of infrastructure of connecting bridges to Ethereum and have a lot of connections to the development of Ethereum 2.0, which successfully launched its beacon chain yesterday on December 1st, which is really exciting. So I can't wait to see what happens with Ethereum and all the development that's going to be going on into 2021. But these are 5 specific coins or tokens and protocols that I specifically think are going to be a game changer and are going to grow very rapidly. Some of these I've covered on previous videos and some of them are new. So go ahead and stay tuned for the whole video. You are not going to want to miss this. All right, guys, welcome back. So first, I'm going to jump right into the first coin. As of right now, the first coin that we're going to be taking a look at here is called REN. And REN is a liquidity protocol that allows you to essentially swap tokens between blockchains very seamlessly, very fast, very efficiently. It basically allows you to create a virtual machine that will bridge the DeFi ecosystem and bridge a lot of different blockchains to Ethereum. And the reason this is important is because a lot of people are now providing liquidity to Ethereum and providing liquidity to a lot of decentralized protocols, dApps, so on. And it's important to be able to provide that in a quick and efficient way, especially when you're going between different proof of work blockchains, proof of stake blockchains, and things of that nature. So this is a very interesting infrastructure-based token that has been pretty much under the radar for the most part. But I've been doing a lot of fundamental research and looking at essentially what it's going to do. There's a lot of big name tokens that are already involved and that are already backing it, including Uniswap, including Akala Network, including 0x, and a lot of these DeFi platforms as well. But basically, just to put it simply, this is a infrastructure token that allows you to transfer any token between any blockchain very quickly, very efficiently, and it's going to be allowing a lot of the DeFi protocols that you already understand and know about or have heard of, multi-collateral lending, bringing liquidity to DEXs or decentralized exchanges, and just making things a lot quicker and a lot more efficient between those cross-blockchains interactions. So I'm not going to spend too much time going into all the specific details of these coins, but I just wanted to bring it to your attention. As of filming this video right now, the current price of this token is 34 cents each, which is, in my opinion, really low. It's really undervalued for what this really brings to the infrastructure and to the protocol of the entire Ethereum or DeFi ecosystem. So this is REN token, and this provides bridges, again, as a recap, to different protocols. Moving on, next here we have DOC. And I have discussed this in a previous video, but basically this allows verifiable credentials in a decentralized way on the blockchain. So if you need to verify that you're a doctor, that you're a nurse, that you're a lawyer, any sort of credential that you need to verify in a decentralized and transparent way, signatures, things of that nature, this is really going to be big. At the time of shooting this video, this is only a penny. So I loaded the boat pretty big on this one, and there's a lot of fundamental research, again, that I won't go into here. But in my opinion, this is the future. Digital IDs and digitalized identification, credentials, verification, a lot of this is going to be on the blockchain. It's not going to be centralized by the government. It's not going to be centralized by verified institutions. Everything's going to be verifiable via smart contract on the blockchain, and it's going to be very seamless, and it's going to have a lot of data that's available to everyone at any time that you can prove that you are who you say you are, or that you've received a certain certification, or you've gone to a specific school, you've received a certain kind of diploma, so on and so forth. So there's not really any competition in the space for this type of thing yet that has come across my radar as being legitimate, but I've been doing a lot of digging into DOC. Basically, this allows people in multiple companies, corporations, allow you to basically do background checks and verify that, hey, you are qualified, or hey, you did receive the certification. There's no more lying on applications, or there's no way to not be able to verify, calling a certain school or calling a certain organization and saying, hey, did this person pass this test and get the certification or not. That's not going to be the case here. This is the future over the next 10 years. Everything's going to be digitized. Everything's going to be verifiable on the blockchain, and you're not going to have to be able to trust people. At this point, everything will be able to be verified. And because of this is infrastructure and a platform that allows every company, organization, institution, school, government, and so on verify that you have the credentials that you say you have. This is also going to be implemented with driver's licenses, passports, and other things of that nature that I think are really going to be a game changer, as that's sort of the reality of where we're going in the next decade. Third on the list, let's head right over to it. I'm sure you're very familiar. This is Uniswap. And if you're unfamiliar with what this is a liquidity provider similar to a decentralized exchange. But basically what this allows you to do, if you've never used it, is very easily and very seamlessly swap Ethereum with any token, any ERC20 token. And what people typically do here is if they want their coin added, or if you want to provide liquidity to that token, you will get fees paid to you for providing liquidity to this ecosystem. This is just a basic smart contract that swaps tokens very seamlessly, very easily, without having to verify identity, without having to KYC, without having to go through an exchange. And it's a lot quicker and a lot more efficient than a decentralized exchange in that regard, that all I have to do is go to app.uniswap.org. I can choose right here Ethereum. I can choose the token that I want to swap it with, balancer, band, comp, CRV, a lot of these DeFi tokens you can very easily and very seamlessly switch between. Link, a lot of the big name tokens that are coming up in the space as well. So this is just a very quick and easy way to swap tokens. You can provide liquidity and earn interest. You can earn fees. You can easily swap your token, and you're going to save a lot on gas fees because everything's run through a smart contract. So, the fees are still going to apply in some sense, but this is a very easy way for you to quickly swap your tokens without going through a centralized third party or even a decentralized exchange, which includes a lot more steps and a lot more information that needs to be provided to you. And you can also use this directly with a MetaMask or with Ledger and Trezor via your hardware wallet as well. You can reach out to them if you want to provide liquidity or add a specific token that you don't see listed here, but it's got a pretty good selection. The Uni token, as of right now, as of shooting this, is at about $3.97. This is a very reputable, this is something that I've used myself. And if you haven't heard of Uniswap, then you're probably not that familiar with the DeFi space. If you want to test it out, you can go here, app.uniswap.org. If you go back to just uniswap.org, it explains exactly what it is, and then you can just hit launch app, and allows you to go ahead and do that as well. Even though it is a new protocol, it's proven very useful and very effective, and there's only certain DeFi tokens that you can get on Uniswap. So just keep that in mind as you can verify liquidity and verify that it's legitimate before you execute the trade. Going into number 4, this is, you guessed it, Ocean Protocol. Now, Ocean Protocol is very, very important because this is essentially the groundwork for data and AI between the entire Web 3.0 system. So this is going to basically have an infrastructure of all the data that everyone needs. So for instance, today on a web browser, you use HTTP protocol to search the web, find information, search for whatever data that you're looking for. The Ocean Protocol is going to be an underlying layer or protocol that is going to allow you to search for data across blockchains, across DApp, across a lot of different bits of data. And it's going to use AI to analyze it and machine learning to analyze it as well to make it quicker, more efficient. And this is a very, very big infrastructure play. At the time of shooting this, the price of it is roughly about 47 cents, give or take. It's been fluctuating, but this is very, very cheap for what it's offering and all partnerships and all the different things that are going to be going on with this. And you can get it on a lot of reputable exchanges as well, but including Uniswap. But this is leveraging a whole lot of data and allowing it to go seamlessly between platforms, between blockchains. As I mentioned, everything is going to be a lot more efficient, and it's going to be decentralized so that people don't have monopoly on data. It can be verified. It can be proven to be true instead of you just trusting what a website right now in today's world. If a website tells you something is true, you just have to assume that it's true unless you dig deeper by yourself. This has verifiable and trusted data so that you know you're getting the right information. It's a very, very big tool. A lot of the Web 2.0 platforms, Facebook, Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft, whatever, they're all going to be using this in the near future over the next 10 years. So just looking into the future of the next decade, 2020 to 2030, AI, data infrastructure, decentralization, verifying data is going to be the new economy. Social media and things like that. They have a lot of on-ramps and off-ramps for data assets going into DeFi. You can go to the website here, oceanprotocol.com, to kind of learn specifically all the partnerships and all the groundwork or pipes that are being laid right now and how it works with all the data marketplaces. But this is going to be huge. Mark my words, this is going to be massive for not only the DeFi space, but this is going to be massive as it gets accepted as a standard globally, as a protocol, or as a standard moving forward for how we share data. On to the very last one, and this one, again, I have covered this next one before, but it is, in my opinion, still very, very undervalued, and that is EWT, or Energy Web Foundation, or Energy Web Token. Now, as of shooting this video, roughly $6, give or take, at the moment of shooting this. And going into 2021, there are a lot of partnerships that are at play here. So as you can see, they're partnered with some very big energy companies. A lot of these are foreign, European and things of that nature. But just to name a few, Engie, Eon, GE, if you're an American, you're probably familiar with that company. Shell, Shizen Energy, which is huge all over China, TEPCO, Vodafone. And it also does have a partnership that it's working with Ledger, the hardware wallet provider, as well, for providing data. But Energy Web is essentially going to be used as the new energy or renewable energy way for it to be decentralized. So right now you have all these giant energy companies that are a conglomerate, and they can charge whatever they want. They can generate all the electricity, and then they can charge whatever fee they want. What this allows you to do is to decentralize all the energy. So for instance, if you have a solar panel and you have a bunch of energy that you're not going to be using, you can sell that energy or provide it to another person for whatever fee that you want to use. It'll make it a lot more fair marketplace with a lot more fair prices. So it's going to be a lot more competitive, as opposed to a monopolistic system that's going on right now with a lot of these energy corporations. This is giving power back to the people, literally, so that you can kind of control the pricing and control the marketplace in a free market environment for energy. So this applies for renewable energy markets, create a marketplace so you can sell any unused energy or purchase unused energy as well. And then also electric vehicles. As we go into the EV space, this is going to be huge as well, because there's going to be a lot of legacy gas stations that over the next decade are going to be transitioning to charging stations. And that's just sort of the future that I see over the next 10 years of what's going to be happening with crypto and what's going to be happening with all these gas and oil companies. Everything's going to be slowly starting to transition to solar and electric, and this is going to make it a more level playing field, especially for people that the ability to participate in these markets in a decentralized and a more fair way. This also allows everything to be verifiable in terms of usage, in terms of data, in terms of pricing. It's all going to be transparent. So it's going to be on the blockchain. Everyone can see it. And for that reason, because of how big the energy industry is in whole, and how I can see the next 10 years transitioning more being reliant on solar energy, renewable energy, things of that nature, I'm very bullish on what this can do. And this, I've done all the fundamental research. This is the one that's the real deal. This is the one that has real partnerships and real development that's happening. And a lot of Fortune 100 and Fortune 500 companies have already signed on, as you can see, and it's been verified. So this is the big one, in my opinion. Energy Web Token, do anticipate this over the next 10 years to be thousands of dollars per token, minimum, because this is such a large market. I think overall, just kind of bringing this full circle, a lot of these are fundamental infrastructure plays on how I see our overall economy and how I see overall technology shifting over the next decade. A lot of things that are going to be in between blockchains that are doing different things that are good on each different layer, verifiable and digital identities, which is sort of inevitable at this point. We've seen history of that and proof of that already. Uniswap, again, I think this is going to be huge for people that don't want to go to centralized exchanges and they just want to perform things peer-to-peer via smart contract and have everything just simple, not centralized, going to an exchange. Ocean Protocol, I think, is going to be one of the biggest ones, if not the biggest, just because everything is run on data these days, and that's a whole new layer and a whole new protocol that's going to make things more transparent and more efficient. And then recapping Energy Web, it kind of speaks for itself. Do your own fundamental research on these coins and on these tokens yourself, but I've done a lot of digging, and these are the ones that I think are the the most undervalued going into 2021, and the ones that I think that may not necessarily hit their all-time highs or may not see a massive gain over the next year, but over the next 2, 3 to 5 years, I think we're going to see a huge shift going up, because these are the ones that are picking up steam, traction, credibility, and things like that for the infrastructure of sort of the new world that we're going into, or at least the way that I see it. So that's my take on this one. If you guys liked the video or it brought you any value whatsoever, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I would appreciate it. If you hated the video and thought it could improve, give me a thumbs down. Anything that I can do to improve. Those that have been loyal to the channel, I do have a new video editor and new video equipment, audio, things like that coming in the next couple of weeks. So I'm excited for a lot better production quality that I know that I need and I've been putting off, and I'm sort of getting all my things in ducks in a row together so that I can provide a better viewing experience and a lot more unified and a lot more, you know, cleaned up. So I appreciate everyone that subscribed so far, and I hope to be bringing you a lot of different videos, including new hardware wallets that have not hit the market yet that I'm getting in talks with to get unboxing and reviews and those kinds of things for you, discounts and stuff like that. We're going to be doing a lot more fundamentals and basic videos. I'm going to be looking at sort of what the new developments are, especially as ETH 2.0 unravels as far as what it can provide over the next 1, 2, 3, 10 years. And I'm going to be doing a lot of different topics in this space. But ultimately, my goal with the channel, as you know, is to bring you the best information that I can, my experience and my opinions based on my personal usage and experience in the crypto space, which I've been in for just under 5 years, so a good while in the crypto world, and I plan to be with you guys a lot longer. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below. I will answer them the best of my ability and try to get to all of them if I can. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here. Crypto Renegade out.